Welcome to the Crimeycade. I am the Mad Conservative Crime Fighter, Stephen Lucas, former 1991 Nintendo Campus Challenge National Champion, and it's like I'm having technical difficulties already. Why? How? Isn't that interesting? I wonder how that got all messed up. Oh, maybe if I show that. Anyway. Episode 18 of the podcast, and I expect to be joined any minute by the little orange terror that known as Cody the Crasher, who will probably crash my stream a few times during the course of the show, because that's how he rolls. Boy, it's hot outside, isn't it? It's like the only place you have to escape the heat is indoors of late. But we're just getting started with the beginning of summer. Yes, today was the first day of summer, and it's pretty hot. It's pretty humid, and you better get used to it, because you got about, 3 months of this before we get to the fall, maybe 4 months of this. Yeah, it's going to be brutal, but no, don't leave your pets outside in this brutal heat. Make sure they have plenty of shade. Well, if you can't bring them in, make sure they're in a well-shaded area with plenty of cold water to drink, or maybe a small swimming pool for them to jump in and soak themselves in the water to cool off, because it's going to be a long, hot summer. Well, this fall, however, there's going to be a huge convention. In fact, the first time ever, it's going to be a bit of a combined convention. And for the first time ever, the Video Game Summit will be teaming up with the Pinball Expo. So it's going to be a super show of sorts. Yeah. How big? I don't know. With these two forces combined, could they rival the Midwest Gaming Classic? Well, maybe for 1 year, at least. But my guest for tonight, he is the president of the Atari Video Club. He is also the organizer, the founder of the Video Game Summit, who's been running in the Chicago area for the past, decade or so. And he has, I talk about the 2 trading cards I have, these 2 things right here. Well, he's got 3 trading cards. But amazingly enough, this is card 247, 1042, and 1267. And you notice anything about these? They look like we'll ask him about this. Yeah, and I also had to use the same photo for this too. Anyway, my guest at this time is the founder of the Video Game Summit. He is one of the lifetime members at Galloping Ghost Arcade. He is Dan Iacovelli.
Hey, how you doing?
Welcome to the show. Welcome.
Your customer last name, by the way, is Iacovelli.
Iacovelli.
Yeah, that's okay. Some people pronounce it differently.
You know how many names I get to pronounce at work all the time?
Yeah, I know.
It's all these, and I actually found, I can't share it, but somebody had a name where the combined first name, last name was like, I don't know, over 40 characters, 40 to 50 characters combined, just the first and the last name. And it's like, there's no way I'm ever going to attempt to pronounce that. I work the help desk, and I have to I have to learn how to say so many names that are relatively uncommon. And it's a challenge. And sometimes I don't even try. I just call them by their initials.
Yeah.
So let's get to the beginning. Tell me about yourself. What made you get the idea that you wanted to do a gaming convention in the Chicago area?
Oh, it wasn't actually my idea at first. Let's
Okay.
go back right after DagFest. I guess ending this tour to other places. Either he goes to one place to another place. And then we decided that it's going to start piggybacking to other shows like CGE and American Classic.
Mm-hmm.
And then Jim Galbo, I think his name is, on Atari. Yes, bar a gaming get together. No, because he's in Illinois. I'm in Illinois. I said, okay, I'll help you look for a place. And 2003, found a place, the Hill and Point Convention Center in Lombard.
This is 2003?
Yeah, 2003, I believe it was. It's been about 20 years since VGS started.
About as long as the Midwest Gaming. I didn't know that.
Yeah, about 2003, I think it was. No, it's 2003.
Wow.
About 2003, we started over there, and we kept it going for a while. And then they had all things, the hotel and the convention center, split measurement stuff. So even for another place, that other place was. Because we went to some.
You've had a few different. You have gone to a few different places. There was last year you went to McCook, Illinois, at the soccer arena.
Yeah, that's because before that we were at the Odeon for a few years.
Yep, I was
And the
a
Odeon
hockey arena. It was a hockey arena.
Yeah,
I believe.
yeah. We were at the Odeon for a few years. We had ECW a couple of times and TNA wrestling.
Oh yes.
2000, I think it was 2015. We picked a bad place. It was in North Lake, Melrose Park. It was part of a convention hall and part of a retirement home. Worst place ever.
Retirement home.
Yeah. I know
Wow.
Todd remembers that place. He was with me during that year, 2015.
I wonder if I came out for that one. I know I didn't go to everyone.
Then 2016, I went to Odeum.
Okay.
It closed down because we had COVID happen, closing down there.
2020.
Yeah, we didn't have it during 2007 also because of bad turnout.
Okay, so you did take. There was a couple. Okay, so you skipped 07 and 20.
Yeah, and we basically skipped last year.
Skipped last year.
Was it last year?
No, you were in McCook last year.
Oh yeah, last year we were in McCook. We skipped this year basically.
Well,
and then Todd,
kinda, sorta skipped this year, but we already know.
Yeah, we know about combo show, I could call it. Yeah.
So technically, you are running this year.
So technically, it's Pinball Expo with 3DS doing the video game section of it.
Yes. And this is the website. It's videogame.net.
Yeah, we're just doing like mostly the video game section of it, retro section, and I'm doing some side promotions for it. We're not getting paid for it, we're just helping them out.
Right.
If this goes well, I'll talk to Todd and Rob if we could continue it. If not, that's okay, but it'll help out a little bit.
Well, there should be a lot of traffic for this because this is the 40th annual Pinball Expo.
Yeah, this is like the 23rd 3DS, basically. 23 years. 21 years? 21 years. So,
Well, subtract 2.
okay, you don't find the style shows. I mean, they don't do that with Midwest Classic either, so just do that. We did have a virtual show during COVID. Gotta say that.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, which brings us to the future of BTS. If we
Right.
continue the combo show, I'm thinking of still doing VGS, but back to what we originally were, a small show. Because everybody told me this, including Dan Lucen from Goat Store in MDC, that he likes when it was small. Because people could talk to other people and interact about other things like that. And that's what I want to go to. We're already in talks with a hotel, but I can't say which one yet because it's not settled. That's basically it. If there's any questions popping up, let me know. Final history of APC Online.
Well, let's see. Where you said you were piggybacking off other shows.
Yeah,
originally.
That was JagFest, basically.
JagFest.
Yeah.
JagFest. I know JagFest was also tied to Midwest Gaming Classic in the first year, I believe.
2001.
2001.
First year was 1998, I believe it was. Yeah, 1998. And I was involved with almost every JagFest. Basically, even though I didn't go there, but I helped out with some other stuff.
Now the Jag.
Like the JagFest programs I did for my club. They come to JagFest issues.
Now the Jaguar, and this is trying to get this up on the screen. So how big of a fan were you of the Jag? Because
Jaguar, I'm a pretty good fan of it.
It's not a full screen shot of this, but
I still got mine.
Yeah.
My second CD player though, because my other one.
Oh, I couldn't make this bigger. I can make this bigger. Oh, there we go. And look, and as expected, this idiot decided to join us. Yeah, he was all over it. I don't know if you saw the podcast yesterday with Josh Pitts. He took over the table and just pretty much took residence there from
I know
a large.
There's a podcast I listen to on Tuesdays and Fridays. CO Page Homebrew, and they got a cat there too, and they play little betting games about how many bells Creasy could get in a minute.
Oh, great! Now he's gonna. Give me 1 second.
He wants to play with the mouse.
The cat wants to take over the table. Now I had to move the keyboard off, and now I put the keyboard on the floor, and now he decides, oh no, I'm gonna sit in your lap instead. Like it. Anyway, let's put this. So yeah, the Jaguar was put out by Atari. It was a 5th generation console. It was the last console put out by Atari, I believe. That was a game console, not a computer.
Yep.
I started with the Atari 2600. I played games on the 52 and the 78, but I didn't own either of those. I got a Atari 1200 XL computer because at the time they were trying to liquidate all these things. 1985, I believe, was when it was all going on, or late 94 or 1984.
I think it was something like that, yeah.
And
I've been an Atari fan since it started.
And then there was
600, 7800. got a Lynx and a Jaguar.
I forgot about the
my Lynx died.
And the Lynx was originally created by Apex.
Yeah.
And Atari bought it.
And they wanted to call it Handy at first, too.
Yes.
I never got a 5200, by the way.
Right.
I wasn't really interested because it didn't have no backwards compatibility like 700.
They always they always put in these add-ons for the 5200, and then they made the cartridge slot on this 7800 backwards compatible with this 2600. So you could use both best of both worlds on the 7800. Just the 7800 didn't have a huge library. Yeah. Now the homebrew.
Oh yeah, homebrew just exploded on the Atari 2600 basically. Camp games are good ones.
With the
Camp games are good parts of arcades. You saw it over at 3DS. You saw it.
Yes, I've seen basically.
Go ahead, sorry. I'm just going to say, if I am going to Pinball Expo, I'll bring my tournament for Camp Games or whatever. I just have to talk to the John Temple about it.
Champ Games, yes.
If I'm coming. I don't know if I'm coming yet. Don't drive yet. I'm trying to get my permit, but place is always booked up for appointments because you got to get an appointment if you're in Illinois.
Champ Games, if you don't know, ported classic arcade games you didn't think would run on an Atari 2600, but they managed to find a way to do it.
Oh, yeah, they did a good job. Gotta say that.
Robotron. Nobody thought that would. They tried to create an add-on for the 2600 back in the day. The first attempt at Robotron, and it was described as the most flickery thing they've ever seen.
Yeah.
But what did Champ Games do?
They improved it.
They improved it.
Basically, yeah. They made it just like the arcade.
I mean, the real robots, they didn't make them sprites. I think they made them blocks that just so that they could put the other enemies on the screen at the same time and kind of make it look like more like Robotron.
Yeah.
So you said you've owned all the Ataris, or you have all the Ataris?
2600, Atari 7800, Jaguar, and Lynx.
So going back,
Lynx is dead. We gotta find my new Lynx.
Right.
My 2600 is in my closet someplace, but I'm using 7800 anyways, so I don't really need that. And I got all the multi carts for all my systems too, by the way. Got the Harmony cart for 2600 game. We got the other one, Concerto, for the 700 games.
Right.
And I got Game Drive for Jaguar. I don't have one for the Lynx because, like I said, my Lynx is dead. Try it. Give me the Lynx. Used Lynx at least. Make it from Best Atari though.
So first question. Well, I've already asked questions already.
Sorry. What
hooked you when you at the very beginning? What was the game that hooked you onto video games?
Talking about consoles, or are you talking about arcade?
Console or arcade? Mine is Space Invaders.
Arcade, Tempest.
Tempest was the draw.
That's when I fell in love with. When I went to I think it was Showbiz. It wasn't Chuck E. Cheese, it was Showbiz with my friend for a birthday.
Right.
I saw Tempest. I just want to play it and get better at it. So Tempest for the arcade. And console, tough call. I guess my favorite game for 2600 has to be Keystone Capers.
Yeah, it's like it's funny that you mentioned Keystone Capers because you've also kind of released a few. You released some video hacks of, or at least a video hack of
Oh
Keystone Cape
yeah, that's the
and
name of it. Yeah,
called Laser Man.
yeah. Razor Man 2023, I think it was. No, yeah, 23,
Right.
2023 or something like that. 2003. That's what it is.
And
2K3.
I have that cart.
Yeah.
I want it. I wanted it on one of your tournaments.
I remember that.
You also made, before that, there was a homebrew. I think you made a pure homebrew game that was also called Laser Man. It was just kind of a shooter.
That was Razor Man 88. And it was based off another game I did for the TI called Razor Man. And that game was based off a combination of a game of Tempest, because there was no Tempest in a TI, because my first game was on a TI, and Space Invaders. I tried to make it best I could for like a Tempest-like game. That's how that came to be.
How difficult was it to create a homebrew game? Because back then, there weren't all these tools available that there are now, like Atari Basic.
Yeah, that was kind of hard, but I knew how to do TI gaming, and I saw how the 2600 game was, and it's basically same way. Call characters and all that.
And the other challenges were you had to find the boards, unless you used a donor cart, and then burn the chips.
Well, I never did that.
I mean, how difficult was it? How difficult? I mean, what did you have to do to basically get these things put together? And
I just did the ROMs, and then I sent the ROM for my games to Atari to make the games.
okay, and they burned them.
Yeah. That's why there was like limited runs on it.
Right. You're also the president. I haven't mentioned it. I think I've mentioned it, but you also have Atari Video Club online. What do you have all featured on this site?
Oh, that was a thing in there. Oh, ABC Games is one thing I'm doing, but it's not doing well, so I might end it soon. There's a high scores thing.
Where's that?
That's just my group page on Atari.
Okay, I see this.
That's my group page on Atari where I post the high score club thing I'm doing. And have news on Video Game Summit and my fanzine. I'm trying to get back together again.
Well, what is the game? Oh, I see now. Elevator Agent was the last one you did. That was you had a tournament on this last year.
So here's the thing about how this is working. Steel Page Homebrew and Atari Age does the Atari Awards, what I would call it. I forgot what they call it.
Yes.
Atari Homebrew Awards, and then from there I used the winners from that to do the high score contest. Before I used to have people pick it, but that was so hard, and I said, okay, I'll just do it this way. This year is not doing too good. But because I was entering, so right now rounds 1 and 2 are basically in what I could call open challenge. Something I learned from watching AEW with Adam Copeland doing the open challenge for TNT title. just having first 10 players come out.
Okay. I do want to mention, since we are dropping the wrestling references around, used to be I was involved heavily in the wrestling scene a little bit locally. You were a member of the Chicago Pro Wrestling Board.
Yeah, I saw you posted a couple of times. I haven't been there in a long time.
Yeah, I haven't either. At some point, that site just turned into, it got ruined by trolls, I think. And the guy running it just didn't do a good job of policing the trolls. And then eventually most of the people just stopped using it and went for the safety of Facebook because they could block people a little better.
Well, speaking of wrestling, intro music you used on your show
the music
today? The music they used at the beginning, that's the same music they use on AEW's not post-show, intro, what do you call it? The press conference after the show. It's the same music. Same exact.
You mean this? This is the music.
Yeah, that's the music.
Yeah, this is this is supplied by StreamYard, so maybe I'm going to have to put it through SoundHound and have this track identified. But I got this last week, too. They said the dance pop song they recognized also. It's like, and they said it was from this, and this. And I was like, really?
I just recognized it because I usually watch those press conferences at the end because I don't watch the actual pay-per-view. Because I always get the results on Facebook anyways.
I'm at the point in life where it's like, even before my drama last year, I was already at the point where I just couldn't stand watching it on television anymore. The COVID season and empty arenas with all these television screens of people in them is like,
Yeah, that was WWE that did that.
Yeah.
Arena was AEW, if I recall.
Yeah, I think that just did it in for me. Plus, until Vinnie Mac left, Vince McMahon left WWE. I mean, the only way I could watch wrestling is basically in person and basically in person. So I can kind of interact with the show, yell, scream my head off. But watching on TV, no.
I haven't been to a live pay-per-view since Bound for Glory in Chicago. I'll never forget that one, though.
I will say I did attend a wrestling show last weekend down in Pinckneyville. I was asked to film Wrestling Epic. And Heath Slater, former WWE superstar of 3MB, won a championship at Pro Wrestling Epic last weekend, which means he will be, I guess, making another appearance for Pro Wrestling Epic. I just don't know when. I was kind of surprised because bringing in those national figures are not cheap.
Yeah.
They cost quite a bit of money. Got to pay for the hotel, the booking fee, the plane ticket. And you got to have a good return on investment to be worth it. And most of the time it's not. Unless you're in a place like Chicago.
Yeah.
Or you make your money back easily. So one of the other things, I guess I should jump back to this a little bit.
Yeah.
The trading card, you're on 3 trading cards.
All the same picture.
Yeah. I know when I got my. I mean, with my two trading cards, they're like 11 years apart.
Yeah.
But when I had the Game of the Year title, I actually had a photo shoot done with a photographer, and then picked one of the photos for my second card. Um, why did you use the same photo for all three?
I don't know. Seems simple, I guess, to do it that way. It was a long
That's it.
time, so I don't know.
Oh, yeah. How were they all? Now, what year were? I believe it was the initial card was probably 2011, right?
I believe so.
The other two cards came how long? How much later?
Probably 5 or 6 years. Probably ask Todd. He's in the chat.
Todd's in the chat?
Yeah, I see him as following, but I don't know if he's in the Twitch chat.
Yeah, he needs. Todd Freeman, if you're in the Twitch chat, go ahead and chime in. But anyway, we'll see if he responds. You're also one of the lifetime members of Galvin Ghost Arcade.
Yep.
When did you?
That's because I donated a lot of money over there.
And that was like,
what
year was that?
Oh, I don't know. I was like during the first time they were doing the GoFundMe, I think it was, or not GoFundMe. What was it? It was one of the crowdfunder things they were doing first.
Okay.
For expansion.
Okay.
And I decided to give them some money. My initial plan is that if they went over the total, I'll probably join in with them on a silent partner, but not happened, so I just gave them money to get my membership.
How often?
Use it.
What?
I still have to use my lifetime membership because I haven't been there.
You have never. How often?
I've been there when I got it.
Oh, wait a minute.
Dominick's closed down.
Yeah.
I didn't have time to go out all the time. And then my brother died in 2019.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't drive yet. I know I could take Uber there, but I have to live with my sister. She's got diabetes and that. So we'll see how it goes.
Maybe I should offer you a ride.
No, that's okay.
You sure? I know there's a few Galloping Ghost patrons that would, if you're needing, because I don't know if you saw this week, Bulldog Thomas Christie made a reappearance.
Yeah.
His biggest challenge is getting to the Ghost, and he doesn't drive either.
I'm not far from the Ghost, to tell you the truth. I'm about 5 miles or something like that.
Okay.
I'm in Westchester, and Ghost in Brookfield, so I'm not that far.
I'm pretty sure JP Pitts is talking about maybe giving Bulldog a ride to the arcade. Maybe we can find somebody that will give you a ride to the arcade.
Well, I have to find time to go. Because we usually have dinners around 5 o'clock, so I can't go on Mondays, basically.
Right.
I usually go on weekends anyways.
Yeah. When
I worked, I used to go after work on, I think it was Sunday or Saturday, and stay for 3 hours and then leave. Because I get tired out fast.
Yeah. Have you been? When was the last time you made it out to the Galloping Ghost?
Oh, I don't know. Probably after one of my shows. Was at the Odeon, I think, or at the other places. I don't call.
Okay. But you haven't gone in, let's say, the last 12 months.
No.
You're gonna have to get out there because
I know I do. Tempest is calling me.
Tempest is calling you and about almost 1,000 other games. Speaking of which, they're gonna anniversary is coming up,
I'm planning to
and
go.
you're gonna make it out.
I plan to go for the anniversary. I'll take Uber out if I can.
Because there's this coming up,
Well, I'm not interested in T20. I just like to go.
but that basically kicks off this event. Basically kicks off anniversary week. But the big unveiling of Game 1000 will be the day after, the 12th, and then the Gamer of the Year is awarded on the 13th anniversary day, 14th anniversary. If you are choosing the game 1000,
1,000.
what game would you put on the floor that they don't have currently?
Oh, you know me, I'm an Atari guy, and it's probably somewhere where Atari game. I don't know all the games that's out, haven't been out.
Well, if you name a game, if you anything off the top of your head, I could probably tell you they have it or don't.
I don't know all the games. That's the thing.
Well, there was.
That's why if you see me in the chat when Golfing Ghost Monday, I say, that's why because I haven't seen it or something like that.
I know there's been a few Atari games that have been released that are prototype. Well, not released. Some Atari games have not been released that have been found. Marble Madness was one of them. I think another called the initials are AA. I can't remember how to pronounce it. I gotta look this up actually, because I don't. The initials are AA. Prototype. It's an arcade game, and apparently, how it was gotten is a bit controversial, as this particular game was Aka. This is it. Get this thing up here. This one, Aka Era.
Akala?
Yeah.
Never
That game. This game was acquired kind of in a shady manner. That I guess somebody was asked to fix the ROMs on a prototype, and then somebody like stole the ROMs by just copying. I guess they took the board out, dumped the ROMs, and then stuck it back in and leaked it to the internet. I believe that's what it was. So no idea on 1000. And just any Atari game that Galloping Ghost does not have, you would put on. That would be your choice.
Yeah, basically.
That would also be your choice if you were to somehow win the Gamer of the Year award, correct?
Yeah. Of course, I won't win it because I haven't been there in a while. So.
All right. So what are we going to see at this year's Video Game Summit? What have you?
At the combo show, you mean?
Yes. What can we expect?
Basically the same things you see over at regular BTS on our side. Just like I guess that's why I'm gonna have Todd here because he knows most of it. But basically, I guess we had past shows, free play and the classic games that Brandon's bringing. Bo's coming. I'll do my tournament with Camp Games. because everybody likes doing that.
Paul Zimmerman, I believe, is coming again.
Yeah, he's doing virtual pinball tournament.
Let's see, what else? You have a lot of classic consoles. Besides Atari, what else do you have? Is that it, or
Oh, for me personally, or at the show?
at the show?
Oh, at the show, it's been Atari, Sega's, Nintendo's. I think Microsoft. Whatever he bought over BDS regular show, basically.
I should talk about your Atari game collection. What was your favorite game on each one of the Atari systems you own?
Oh.
Starting with the 2600.
I told you 2600 one was Keystone Capers. Jaguar's Tempest 2K.
I believe that's one of the standout games for the system. I know it came out for PC.
Yeah. 7800. I don't really know because I haven't played it much except for the homebrew games. Basically, I didn't think Champ Games did. No, Champ Games 2600. So scratch that. I don't know. What was this? My favorite 700 game? I don't remember. Well, like Xevious, like that.
That's a good conversion. Yep.
Yeah, there's some good games on the 7800. Lynx. Oh yeah, California Games on the Lynx. That's a fun game to play Lynx together. Also, Robo Squatch. That's also a cool game.
What game?
I think it's called Robo Squatch. It's like you're playing Pong with this another guy in another Lynx.
Robo
Squatch, I think it was called.
Let me see if I can find that.
I think that's what it's called.
Robo Squash.
I think that's what it is. I dig up my Lynx thing on you find it. But,
Robo Squad, maybe.
no, I don't think Squad.
All right, let me see. I'm gonna find it. Oh, here it is. Maybe this is it. Here it is. I found it. Here we go. There it is. Let me jump this ahead a little bit.
Yeah.
Whoa. I don't want that loud. Looks like some text here. Oh. This is like Breakout looking down.
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
Or Arkanoid. Wow. You know, I've never seen an Arkanoid Breakout clone where it's like you're hitting the ball downward or maybe you're looking up. I guess you're looking up because of force of gravity. Yeah, and this game didn't come out for any other system, I don't think, right?
Yeah, I don't think it came out for this. I think it was just Atari Lynx.
I don't think there's another game like it either.
This kind of Lynx because you're playing against another guy down there and like that.
All right.
The game I like on California Games, if you're playing against another person, is BMX. That's a fun game to play because if you wipe out, your bike goes flying and hits the other guy. That's what I like about California Games on the Lynx.
So my experience with this, yeah, the Commodore 64, the Atari 2600 did get a conversion of this.
Yeah.
I think they had to make some concessions. So this is the BMX portion. You said there was...
If you have a comics and you're playing against another person, if you wipe out, your bike will go flying and hit the other guy in the other links that he's playing with.
Oh! So it has to be two-player head-to-head and they're linked together.
Yeah.
Okay.
There are some cool comics games there. The single game I like was Retro Cop. That was a cool game.
Retro... Retro...
ELCTO. ELCTO. Retro.
EL... Okay, let's pull this one up. And a lot of text. I'm going to jump ahead. Oh, this is 3D. This kind of reminds me a bit of Zybots.
Probably.
Even though it's a kind of a... Oh, do you rotate? Or you sit just behind just this view the entire time? Yeah, it's like Zybots. Because I don't think you can... Yeah, and you can't watch your back. You can't see what's coming to the left. You can't, I guess, turn. It looks like you got a timer. It looks like you got to break some code. Oh, look at this. There's Pong in here. That's...
Yeah, I think that's one of the games in there. I think they hit Pong in there or something. I don't remember exactly.
Okay, so this has a bunch of mini games. Sheesh. Boy, there's some... It looks like some RPG elements in this too. Yeah. All right. I think I mentioned arcade game. I think you already mentioned Tippus was your hook. I don't know if that's... Is there any other games you really got into that were non-Atari?
Non-Atari?
Yeah, that were may have been on the Atari system or may not have been on the Atari system, or maybe it's an arcade game that was not released by Atari.
Oh, you mean like the arcades I have played it? That's not Atari.
That, yes, the best... Your favorite non-Atari game.
Oh, that's a tough call. Very tough. Gotta think about that one. What was that one game that was ported twice? Oh, Star Castle was good.
Oh, you know what? I forgot about that.
Cause I remember it was ported twice actually. One by what the guy you interviewed once. I can't remember his name. Carpenter or something.
It's Scott Williamson.
Yeah, Scott
I'm
Williamson.
pulling that up right now.
Yeah.
This shocked me because...
And another guy ported it on Atari.
Well, let's talk about this person first, because this game actually made its debut at your summit.
Yep.
And I arrived at the summit, saw this game, and it's like... And then pulled out the camera and then just did a video profile on this game. It's like, because I think the world learned about this game from me. Well, the outside Chicago anyway. But I could not believe that somebody else ported this game, and I was like, where the heck did this come from? And the graphics were kind of similar.
Yeah.
In fact, let me see if I can find the other. Oh, I forgot to put this up on the screen. Silly me.
So you.
There it is.
The Scott Williams.
That's Scott's. Yep, that's Scott's. I know that
he was a former Atari player too.
Yes, he did. He was a former Atari employee. What was I going to say? He did a high score contest. I don't know if he did a high score contest on this, but he certainly, I think he demoed this game at the summit, and then the game got released on a CD-ROM for people to play it on emulators.
I got it.
He also greatly increased the difficulty after a certain point. I know when I played it, I was like racking up the score pretty high because I was like bouncing back and forth each side of the screen with those homing shots. I was just ramming the shield, trying to inject my shots into there, and then I was just getting the score up pretty high. But Scott made some changes to the code where it became darn near impossible to get away from those enemy shots. So
another game I like in the arcade, Sinistar, just came to me.
That's a popular one.
That's the second game we got with done too.
Well, there was let me pull up the other Star Castle. I think it's this one. Put this up here.
Yeah, that's the other one.
Who did this one? Because that's let me get ahead to this. I'm trying to jump. Here we go. Up to the gameplay. Do you know who did this one?
Not offhand. I remember somebody was doing it. I don't remember their name.
And this did add a few additional bells and whistles, a high score list. Oh, I see. They had the shots. They had those little dots on the outer shield because you could also, I mean, shoot the sections of the shield with those little dots on them, and you get a few more points for it. Yeah, I don't know. I never actually played this version. Yeah. Looks to be. It looks like the castle's a little bit smaller. But yeah, yeah, two versions of this game in 1 year. It's like that was, I think, one of the biggest shockers ever. It's like, there we go. He shot the castle down. All right. Let me pull up this other game. Actually, I'm gonna pull up.
Kind of in the arcade, but that's Atari. So.
Right, but I know at some point. I know the prototype of this made an appearance at the summit at some point. But this is the unreleased Sinistar for the 2600. I could have sworn somebody did bring this out.
They may have.
There was it's either your convention or Midwest Gaming that there was an exhibit of Atari prototypes.
I think it was Midwest Gaming that had the prototype of this. So I remember at BTS.
Right. All right.
Also been at Classic Gaming Expo too, for that matter. Back in the day.
Midwest Gaming Expo?
No, Classic Gaming Expo in Vegas. CDE. Back in the day, before it had Midwest Gaming Class, before VDS, the granddaddy of them all.
I think I've been to Classic Gaming Expo. What city was that in?
That was in Las Vegas.
Oh, that's why. That's a little bit out of my way.
I think I saw a doppelganger of you over there once.
A doppelganger.
Yeah, they say there's people that look like others. Heck, I even worked with mine and Dominic's once. But just like me, the same name, first name.
There's some
Everybody
others.
doubles.
There's some others with the have the same name as I do, but I haven't found a twin yet. But I don't know. Well, shoot. All right. I'm trying to figure out where to go now on this interview. Is there any stories you want to share about past summits? Like most memorable. Let's start with that.
Most memorable? I'll probably have to say the year we went to Odeum. Started in Odeum 2016 because just when we started getting bigger. We started in a small space upstairs, about 9,000 square feet, and they were planning to go to before, not before, I mean, back in the big space down below. But then we had COVID, and that put a temper on there. And then my brother died, and I said, okay, we're coming back to the Odeum, and we're gonna go big. And that came out good until they closed down.
Yeah.
For that, we were just a small show.
Right.
Which I could get back to if we come back to our standalone show again. Because it was nice, easy to do. It's fun.
I kind of think the show in McCook was the biggest one you've done.
It was about 20,000 square feet.
I also know that I keep losing at Bomberman tournaments. Now the show has been going. I guess the show has been going since 03 or early 2000s. Was there anything that was holding you back before you made a big increase in size like the one in McCook?
Money. Yeah, because when I started the shows in Glenbard, I was still working, so okay, I used my vacation pay. I took a vacation from Dominic's for that week, and I used my vacation pay to pay for the show. Because back then it was only about $200, $300 to do it. And then now it's costing around $10,000, something like that, to do a show.
What's attendance usually at one of these conventions? I mean, I guess last year was the biggest attended one. What do you average?
We average close to 300 plus.
300 patrons?
Yeah, about 300 attendees. I keep track.
And last year, how many do you think you drew?
I think we drew about 500, 600. I have to check, but I think that's close to it.
And anybody that's attended, they pretty much hung out at the show all day, right?
Yeah. Well, always a one-day show. That's what I liked about it.
Right. Besides the cost, shoot.
Well, setup was hard too sometimes. Like at the Cook at the Max, we had to do our own setup with the tables and all that because it cost extra for them to do it.
So you had to get all the tables, all the chairs.
Yeah. Then I had to do takedown after that. Well,
The other videos.
Actually, I'm a cook. I just watched them do it. I got what Todd's son doing was to work and the other guy what Trouble Fest do it. And then I just put down the table numbers.
I know there's. Where am I? I'm looking for my slides here. I know some other cons have been kind of. They started out small, just like yours. I know this one right here. They started small and they were in an American Legion Hall. Then they went into the Family Arena the following year, which was a big jump in size, but they didn't need all that space.
Yeah.
Then they went to a community college for the last few years. But last year they went into a very small venue and Orlando's, and it was super cramped. I mean, I brought my usual stuff, but I had to crawl under tables to get out of where I was.
Yeah. That reminds me of that show in 2015 that I told you about. With a small space, we downsized. It's like I call it a show that couldn't happen or something like that. Because that was a bad show. We just got to deal with the Lombard plates because the measurement split they did and we had to find a spot. I was saying, okay, can we stop it right there? Find a spot. People say, okay, just go on, find a spot. Okay, just find a spot. And the rest is history. Because I lost 3 games over there because they got swiped somehow.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Great.
There was
2
Mario
graded
Brothers.
games were grabbed.
The Mario Brothers. There was another one. Double Dragon. And I think there was another one. I don't remember.
The 2 I remember were a couple of Sega Genesis games. One was X-Men.
But that wasn't mine. That was somebody else's. So.
Okay, so that wasn't the only. Okay, so last year.
Talking about at the Max. I think you're talking about. I was talking about 2015 my games.
Okay, I know last year there was a couple of graded games in cases that were snatched off of a vendor table, and the vendor was there, and the person was there. He just looked away, and then they were like, here one moment, gone the next.
That's one of the things you do in a big show because you can't keep track of everything.
Right.
And we're a small staff. I haven't been asking for volunteers for a long time, so I'm starting doing this after this year. Even at the commerce, I'm asking for volunteers to help out. So I can't keep it down. Gotta stay at the table sometimes, watch the money count.
Yeah. Well, there's also.
Sometimes I have my camera with me on my computer, on my laptop, to see I didn't have it. So that's how it goes.
I know Pinball Expos had problems too. During teardown, somebody decided to swipe a cart full of stuff, just walking out, just kind of blending in with the people as if he was basically one of the vendors taking their stuff out of for loading. And I hate to see that. I don't know what's of course with the way with no cash bail, it's like the risk and reward is it's called risk of not getting caught or not getting punished if you do get caught.
Yeah.
has been an issue, and I don't know. I just don't understand the, I guess, sympathy for the devil, I guess. But I can't wait for this. I mean, I got a championship to defend. The Galloping Ghost Pinball Expo Championship.
Yeah, it's on the Knoxville side.
Right. Be defending that title this year. Is there anything you want to announce with the Atari Video Club, like upcoming streams? I know you have something on.
Oh, my streams are usually once a month. I do two on the second Saturday of the month. 3 p.m. is a news portion of it, and then 10 o'clock is I do gameplay. Other shows on the network, which you'll be on starting after this show, is Galloping Ghost Mondays. And if they do streams, there's also a show, but I don't announce it because I don't know ahead of time about it. And Zero Page Homebrew.
And that's when they release homebrew games for the Atari. 2600, 7800, Jaguar,
yeah.
Lynx.
They did an interview with Don Van Ritzer, I think his name is. You can see his name in the corner there. Yeah, that
there
guy.
it is.
Jen Van Ritzer. You did an introduction. Did I have an interview with him?
Looks like he did Hero and Cosmic Commuter as well.
Yeah, he was with Activision, I think he was.
Yes. Yes. Let me through this. Tinebra.
Those are ports that Reboot did for the Jaguar.
How do you play that one? Actually,
I played it.
You've never played it. Let's actually. I'm gonna Tinebra Jag. I'm gonna see if there's gameplay video. Well,
yeah, you could get as far to the Operation Blue one.
Let's see if I can find. Here we go.
Now that's just the intro. There it is. Looks like a maze type game, like.
Yeah, kind of like. It's a maze. I'm starting to feel like it was the original Wolfenstein. Somewhat, but no. Yeah. It's in black and white. You jump this ahead. I'm assuming you're trying to. Yeah, it's a dungeon. Looks like a dungeon crawler of sorts. Well, do we have the sequel in here? Here's. Yep, that's the same game, it looks like. All right. Let me get this. Hang on. All right. Anything else you want to plug?
Not really.
All right.
I like to plug. Basically, I like to plug my ABC Games High Score contest, but that's not really doing too good, anyways. It was good for the last couple of years, and this year just bombed.
Here's something else that kind of, I'm going to get into this later. This has also been bugging me. This is the game of the month for Arcade Wars.
Yeah.
Galloping Ghost Arcade, they set out the last 2 months, one for a bad monitor, last month because they didn't have it, but now we have a game that they do have. And it's like
They didn't have a game? A Galloping Ghost? No.
Wonder Boy 3. They
They
did not have it, but the other arcades participating in it didn't have it either, so they were using the Pandora's Box PCB, which is how I was able to play the game. But Doc is a purist. It's got to be on original hardware or it's not on the arcade floor.
Yep.
But 1943, that's a relatively common arcade game back in the day, and there's only 2 scores. And the Aussies are running away with it right now. The closest competition, well, the Underground Retrocade put in some decent scores. So, but that's like on another side of town, and Aussies is Galloping Ghost regular. I don't know about Vanderkolk is, I guess. I don't know Jeremy Chamberlain though. But I'm going this weekend, and I'm going to put in the 3rd score and probably beat these other 2. And Doc Mack has been threatening not to give out the Game of the Year, and things like this kind of motivate him to not want to give out the Game of the Year because nobody really fought for it, apart from the usual suspects, Andrew and kind of my. I had a plan for this year, but it didn't go to fruition. Any future goals?
Oh, future goals? Well, basically 1 or 2. First one is trying to get my fanzine back out again. Because back in the day when Bonnie Katz was reviewing fanzines, I was doing my own fanzine at that time, the Atari Zone, and he got interviewed it, and I said, okay, I do more, and had a lot of people subscribe to it. It was cheap back then as well. So I want to try to get that back up going, trying to Atari Gamer, get some more viewers, put it on Americart for sale, not ship it to anybody, just have a man from there. So it's really about shipping all that, they do it from there. My second goal is to get back to programming games for Atari 600, 7800, and probably the Jaguar.
Sir, let's see, what is your Twitch channel?
Then ABC.
Say again? Oh, Dan AVC. Okay. Yes. I failed to put that up on the screen, but I want to make sure that people subscribe to your channel. Yeah, you put out a stream about 20 days ago.
ABC, not BAC.
Oh,
ABC.
Misspelled it. Oh, I got the screen up now. Did I misspell it? Oh, it's AVC. Now I got it.
That's in Atari Video Club.
There we go. There we go. There we go. We got it now. I hope I got it right.
That's a story why I use a handle so often. So I'm going to start. It goes back to the old forums called, I think it was Atari Interactive or whatever. Don't remember exactly, but me and Dan Lucen was on the same thing, and it really confused me with Dan Lucen. So I just used Dan most of the time. He used Dan most of the time. So I changed it to Dan ABC, and that's how that came to be.
They got you mixed up with Dan Lucen?
Yeah, because of the name. We didn't know what it looked like.
Okay.
They keep asking me about stuff for MVC. And that's the wrong name.
Well, let me pull this up real quick. This was your last stream. I don't recognize this game.
That's Bot and Tom. It's a homebrew.
What is it?
Bot and Tom.
Bot and Tom.
Yeah, it's a homebrew game.
Okay. I see. So you
I didn't
basically
put
had the
anything.
one
I didn't put anything on YouTube yet.
right. This is off your Twitch.
Yeah.
Uh,
If you see anything on my YouTube that's not video gaming, that's because I just have to put some stuff up there. Like just from Ghoulies video, a video I did for trying to get some tuning back online. Not online, but on the air. Yeah, I'm a horror
here's
fan also.
and this is Elevator Agent, which is a port of Elevator Action.
Yeah. That's another game that's on the high score contest. WC Games.
And I did win the high score contest on this at the last summit.
Yeah. I think
All
that's
right.
work in progress now. It's a completed game.
Yes. Yes. Well, Dan, I want to thank you for coming out to the podcast tonight.
You're welcome. I wish I have more information for you, but I just tell you what I know.
Well, I'm only 18 weeks into this. I mean, my guests are gonna vary, and
guests to my shows every so often. But via Twitch thing, they got add people to it now.
well, there's his Twitch channel. If you're watching this, please subscribe. Twitch.tv Dan ABC. How often do you stream? Like every couple of weeks?
I stream on second Saturday of the month.
Okay.
2 shows. 3 p.m. news, 10 o'clock gameplay. I also do a recap of the news during the gameplay, just in case.
All right, Dan.
Thanks for having me.
Yep. I'll see you at the summit.
Yeah, I'll probably be there. I don't know yet.
Hope to see you around the arcade soon, the Galvin Ghost, maybe for anniversary.
Yeah.
I think it's time for you to make an appearance.
I think I'm due to.
Because that arcade expanded quite a bit.
Yeah, I'm getting too old, so I have to make an appearance sooner or later. 58 right now from last year.
I ain't no spring chicken either. You know how old I am?
I don't want to take a guess and be booed off.
Yeah, I'm 52, and in 2 months I'll be. Yeah, I won Gamer of the Year at the age of 50. Can you believe it?
That's low timers, huh?
Jimbo Slice, he's the same age I am, and I don't know. He's
man of many words.
I don't know if he's burning out or what. I haven't burned out yet. I'm kind of at the point where I'm getting away from wrestling and trying to harvest all I can from the video game scene until I can't play it anymore. I physically can't do it.
Yeah.
All right.
Going off the subject just one time, what do you think about MeTV doing his own 24/7 cartoon channel? MeTV Tunes?
Kind of reminds me of Boomerang, and yes, Cartoon Network may not be a thing for too much longer. I don't know.
The advertising real good, and they got like over 56 stations already.
Cable. I don't even have cable now.
This is on Friendly and coming on Friendly and Philo, and they're looking on a fast channel in the fall. So we'll see how that goes.
I got rid of cable.
Oh, I'm a factory cord cutter as well.
Yeah, I think things are going to be. I think everybody kind of put too many eggs in the basket of streaming, thinking COVID was going to last forever and everybody was going to be working from home for years and years and years to come. But that wasn't going to last because there's enough people like me who did not want to be confined I hated work from home. uh, I went into the office as much as possible. I'm one of the few members of my team at work who come into the office 5 days a week. I don't like work from home at all. And why? Routine,
Yep.
structure. I have to have that. And besides the fact, in here, look at all the distractions I got. Yeah, procrastination. Why should I work when I can't get in the mood to work at home?
Yep.
All right, any final words, Dan?
No, thanks just for having me on. Get the
All
word
right.
out about the combo show and all that, and that's
All
what
right.
I do basically.
All right, the Combo Show. Yeah, we'll put that up once again. Tickets are on sale now. They expanded this thing all the way. It's going to start on Tuesday and run start on Tuesday, run all the way to with the pinball finals on Sunday.
Tuesday is basically the tours they do, and then
Yes.
Then after that, it's the actual show.
Yes. I believe they're going to have a tour of Jersey Jack, Stern, and maybe one other pinball factory that's up there. I don't know if it's American Pinball or somebody else, but all right, Dan. Thanks for joining me, and have a good night.
You too.
All right. So that was Dan. Gosh, I'm gonna butcher his name again. Iacovelli. I hope that's right. Yes, this is the Pinball Expo. It's October 15th through the 19th, 2024. But before we get to that point, this weekend is the Blade Wars tournament, Super Dragon Ball Z, and I made my announcement last night on the Bloodcast that I will be participating in this tournament. So it's just all a matter of practicing the game. Because if I couldn't practice it at all, and besides that, the Ghost, then it was just not going to be worth my time. But also, Missouri Game Con into July. Last Saturday of July, I will have my own vendor table at this event. Maybe I'll do a live stream on Twitch from the convention floor. We'll see how that goes. Following that, yes, the big event, the big tournament, T20, 20 games. We don't know what they are. Doc Beck doesn't think he's going to put 20 new games in the tournament this year. There might be some games pulled off the arcade floor to be put in T20. He doesn't think he'll do 20 new games, but we'll have to see. I don't know. It was quite a feat last year to put 20 games that no one's ever played in last year's tournament. But we'll see how it goes this year. I have a streak to defend. I have a streak of 3 side tourney victories, and I'm gonna see if I can extend it to 4. Kansas City, Missouri, Kansas City, Kansas, in Overland Park will be the Kansas City Retro Convention. That'll be the last weekend of August. I kind of thought I was going to go up there or go over there, but it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to because of conflicts. Following that, yes, Pinball Expo will commence in October. Who will I have next week? Currently, I have no one lined up next week. And that might be that's kind of partially my fault. I did not aggressively pursue a guest until it's like I've asked a few people, but didn't get responses, and it looks like I'm gonna have to when I get up to the Galaxy Ghost, I'll ask around and see who I can line up. But I will get somebody next week for June 27th. I will announce right now that I will skip July the 4th, which is be on a Thursday. So everybody will be celebrating July 4th. So I'm going to skip doing a podcast that day, take a break. If you are a gamer and want to appear in a future episode, whisper to me here on Twitch or send an email to lucasst.go@gmail.com. And this is the Crimeycade, interviews with gamers, commentary, gaming, roundtables, gameplay, plus more every Thursday night right here on Twitch. And that will do it for this edition of the Crimeycade. Well, hope to see you next week, and have a good night, everybody.